Alright, this is a continuation of the first video I did this morning. The customer has just been handed their last computer out of the building that burned. This is a Dell Optiplex 755, just a couple revisions old, I guess. And as you can tell, it went through a bit of a building fire. So I didn't do this on the server, and I realized I made a mistake by not documenting this prior. This is the inside of the computer. I mean, totally 100% submerged in water. The thing that concerns me about this particular one is the hard drive and this chassis sits upside down, and it does not sound like there's water in it, but water sat on it for an absolute substantial amount of time. So I'm going to drag the garden hose out and flush this computer out, and I'll show you kind of how I did it on the other ones. So the thought process behind this is the machine's already been underwater for an unknown amount of time, so what's it going to hurt to rinse it out one more time? Alright, there we go. We've got one very healthily rinsed out Dell Optiplex computer. I mean, you can see, look at the water running right out of it there. So, I'm going to do the exact same thing I did with the server, and there's still some stuff in there, but it's a lot better than it was. I'm going to take all the add-in cards out, take the RAM out, unhook all the cables, get the fan on it overnight. I'm going to leave the AC on again in the shop to dehumidify it, and we'll go from there. So you can see, you know, maybe you can, most of the power supply is cleaned out. The case has begun to corrode a little bit. There's still a little bit of debris in there. Ports look relatively clean. The VGA port looks alright. That monitor card is actually damaged. Yes, it is. So right there, it's smashed. So actually I'm just going to take that card out and we'll run on the onboard video port there. So anyway, I will resume this video tomorrow morning as we attempt to successfully boot yet another Dell product. Alright, so the drying process has commenced. I have, let me turn that off for just a minute. I had to rip this out of here. Whoops, I don't even have it in the video. As you can see, this computer sustained some actual heat damage. That's the cover for the back here to hold the rest of the card, the different card slots in. And that appeared to have some burning debris laying on top of it. So some more water running out of the computer that came out of the power supply. Actually, I had this upside down, and it's nice and clean. It's right now about 8:30 at night. I just washed this out 45 minutes ago approximately, and actually forgot to unhook those cables. But I'm going to leave the fan on this all night, and we will do exactly like we did with the server tomorrow morning, and we'll hit the power button and see what happens. So for now, I'm going to turn the fan back on, and we will go from there. Alright, it is officially July 12th, and this is the hard drive that was recovered out of the last computer, and I've got it hooked up to my old bench machine here. And as you can see, it's not doing nearly as well as the other two machines have done. So I'm going to continue to let this run, and I really hope that the hard drive is readable. The last time I saw a machine do this, it was not. So anyway, we shall allow this to continue here, and we'll see what happens. Alright, this is the final video. Right here is the server that we successfully resurrected and booted after surviving the building fire on July 9th. And the final machine here was retrieved yesterday. Was pretty filthy. I've got everything hooked back up. I am not going to hook the hard drive up yet, but I do want to see if it'll boot. So I've got all the cables and stuff are hooked up. The only thing I have to do is plug them in. So we're going to do that right now, quote unquote live here. Wait for the monitor to, okay, there we go. And computer's still off. Looks like we got no go. Double check I got all the cables hooked up. Power supply cables hooked up. So more than likely, this is just a power supply issue. So what I'm going to do, since it's not starting, I'm going to swap the power supply with this other computer here that actually did boot, and we will see if this works. Alright, here we are again. I've removed the power supply from the other computer. It's just very, very crudely laying here on the desk. So I'm going to plug that into power. Again, I do not have the hard drive installed in the machine. And we're going to plug that in. Ooh, the lights flashed on that one. Okay, green status light. Attempt number 2. It's still dead. Well, shoot. Dell, you failed me on this one. I'm still very happy that the server started. The Optiplex 755 remains dead on arrival after being retrieved from the fire. So 2 power supplies. This one I know is good because it boots the other computer. So that probably tells me that the one that's in here is most likely still good. But there is something wrong with this machine, and it will not start. All the cables are intact. Let me double check that one more time, and then we'll wrap this up because everything interfaces right there. So we'll see if that cable was maybe loose. Alright, third and final try after reseating the cable that controls the front power button. Still dead. Alright, that concludes the video. We tried. I was successful on the server, a secondary computer, but the third machine here was a no-go. So, better luck next time. I guess not everything can survive a fire and sitting in 20 inches of water.